What's up, everybody, and welcome to Rusty Fenders. Today we're building another Parkcaster inspired by Joe Strummer. I'm gonna be trying to make the Esquire, the white Esquire that he had on the Clash. So, first, the neck. So I was able to find this super cool neck. It's a roasted maple neck with a 9.5 inch radius. It's also rosewood, so it's super cool. It has the extra fret there, and I really like the color of this neck. I mean, it's a pretty incredible neck for basically $100. It was like 90 something, but with shipping it was like 100 and something. So let's get to it. It also came with that a bone knot. So I'm telling you, look at those frets, like a rounded frets, super cool. I don't know, I gotta say, I never seen something like this at this price point. Let's get to it. I got some tuners here, but pew 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 pew, I didn't account for the holes to be a modern style holes on the neck, so I'm gonna go with these guys, and these are gonna be more like temporary tuners while I make the build. They don't have to be, you know, the ones that are forever gonna be there, but I just needed something to get started and something that's still gonna allow me to be under $400, which is the point of this build. I'm gonna speed this up through the boring parts, and over here this is one of the boring parts, but I thought it was, worth showing. That I basically sanded off the bottom of these Fender tuners. I really didn't want to make those the holes. I'm pretty sure I was gonna do them wrong. And if you if you make it tight enough, they won't move. It is still a little bit finicky, but like I said, I might get some other tuners. I don't want to make the holes and then have to make some other different holes, and I'm trying my best here to not damage the neck in any possible way. So let's take a look at the body. So again, from Alan Eden, I think it's pronounced. And this is a crazy light body. I was very surprised of how light it was. That being said, this is my second body from these guys, and the paint, especially back there, you can see those bubbles. It was not really the same as the last body that I ordered from them. You're gonna see that it's gonna be chipping right away when I try to sand that off. So I already started with cracking the finish, but again, I don't really care. This is in the back of the guitar, and even on Fender bodies I managed to crack the finish in the back somehow, so I'm not gonna be super critical about that. So one other thing is that these bodies, they don't come with the bridge holes, which is good because that way you can choose if you want to do a modern style or the vintage style, but it will take a little bit of time for you to measure it. So what I did is I put the neck first, and I kind of eyed everything there, and I taped it, and I also marked the neck through the body so I get the right dimensions for the holes. I was very nervous doing this because this is actually my very first time making the holes for the neck screws. So I did some pilot holes first, and then trying to have everything aligned while doing that. And of course I measured like the screws, so I wouldn't like drill through through the to the fretboard. I really made a mess, but it is looking very good. I found the right 1/8 drill bit, and that's the correct one. Supposedly, according to the internet, and it worked pretty well. So, in our real shop, you have a press drill, but to make sure everything's straight. But I just eyed it. I just winged it, I guess, and it didn't come out that bad. They were not perfect, but they were pretty close for what we needed, and I'm pretty happy on how it turned out. So, got the body in, and the reason that I put the neck on is to be able to get everything exactly what I wanted, like the pickguard, and then from the pickguard everything else. I really needed the neck first. I made the mistake of doing it backwards, or just measuring and then taking the neck off. Yeah, don't do that. If you can put the neck on and then drill the holes for the pickguard, everything's gonna be way easier, because the neck basically centers the pickguard where it should be, and it's gonna make it easier to put the bridge so it's not crooked or anything with the hardware around it. So this one also pretty straightforward. Made the pilots, put some wax. I always put wax on the screws when they're going first in. Of course, it makes it easier for them to go in, but it also, it coats the holes, so you don't crack any wood or anything. So it's lubrication, basically. You need some lubrication. So I always like to have some, like a cardboard or something that I can put the pots and the swish in, and it helps me hold it for a little bit. So I'm trying the Esquire wiring. So you can see on the screen there, you get the volume pot only, then volume and tone pot, so that's the normal one, and then the third one is only going through a small cap. I'm also using that 47 small cap. So I wouldn't say that this was my best soldering job. I made a few mistakes right from the get-go. I don't know, I guess I was nervous or something, but yeah, I wouldn't use this as any guide. You can find more guides on YouTube on how to solder that, so don't take this as a guide. I do like reusing, everything, and using the cloth to create isolation if I need to. But this took me longer than I expected, even though it's one pickup, but it's a little crowded there, and I already soldered the first, I think maybe the second cable. I think the second cable I soldered it to the wrong part, and that was breaking my brain. So there we go. That's the 47 cap. So that's the last, the third position. It just goes through that right to the output. And of course, I'm using everything Fender in this build. I think almost everything is Fender. Yeah. Oh, when I'm with Fender, I mean what Fender uses, which is CTS pots. So it's looking pretty decent, I will say. As you can see, trying to be as clean as possible. And just need to let the last soldering part, and we're gonna be rocking and rolling in just a moment. All right. And as you can see that like I'm using just the bit. So if it's not so like long, the screw, you can get like half an inch easily with your hands, and you got a little bit more control. Well, everything is looking good, and of course I needed to put the stripe there. This is like electrical tape, like wiring harness tape, and this is the final build. I'm still doing the setup and I'm still getting everything where it's supposed to be. I will be making a video with how it sounds. I already tested it a little bit, and it's pretty crazy how one pickup can have so many sounds. And yeah, I hope you like the video. Remember that I have a giveaway going on right now for a jazz bass, so check out the links down below to look more for that. And that's gonna be it for today. Cooling out.